of 9. Thank you. Good morning, everyone. We have a quorum of 9 of 11, so we can get started. If there's no changes to the agenda, we'll deem it approved. You have before you the minutes of April 13th, 2022 that Stephen had sent out in advance. If there are no objections, we'll deem it approved. I thank Christine for sending out the final 2022 commission report to all the members a couple of weeks ago. That was sent to the County Council on April 29th. And I also want to thank Christine for having the final report printed by the print shop. And as she said to you yesterday in an email, those printed copies were available. Unfortunately, I'm the lonely member of the commission here to pick it up in person. But as she said to you yesterday, she'll gladly mail it out to all of you. David jumped on that right away in response, and she will obviously send it out to all the others of you who are on the screen today, and even the two of you who are not on the screen yet. Although do I see Susan joined us? Good morning, Susan. And good morning, Anita. So send them out to everybody. Here's a hard copy of the 2020 report in blue cover. And here's a hard copy of the yellow cover of the 2020 report, which wasn't able to be printed contemporaneous with the report 2 years ago because of the print shop being shut down by COVID. So thank you, Christine, for taking care of that.
Yeah, thank you, Stephen.
Oh, thank you, Stephen. I apologize. I gave credit where credit wasn't due, obviously. Thank you, Stephen. Thank you for taking care of that. So the next item on the agenda is a look back at the commission's term over the last several years. Most of you have been on the commission during that full term. A few of you joined us in the midst of it. Anybody want to have a reflection on these past several years? So don't be shy. Larry, who has the most experience going on 2 terms. Larry?
I guess that's why I got hacked.
That's why you got hacked. Yeah, that's it. I'll teach you.
I mean, I thought that we accomplished quite a bit. Certainly getting the redistricting, adding 2 districts, I thought was something that was really needed. I felt that for 8 years, and you know, while we disagreed about what size for it to be and things like this, I thought the need for it was very obvious. And even though you know, we did not propose what was finally approved by the voters, I think our hearings that we held raised public awareness of the problem and really contributed to its passing. I think we did a good job of educating the public about the issue and looking at the different alternatives. And so you know, even though it was a little contentious among ourselves sometimes, it was not, I thought we did a very good job for the public in educating them, bringing them along, and then eventually the proposal to add 2 more districts was approved. And I thought that was a permanent plus for the county. It's something that we should all take some pride in, and that we were with the commission when this issue came up, and it's been resolved, and it'll be around for at least 10 more years.
Thank you, Larry. What do I got? Who else there? Go ahead. Go ahead. No, nobody else there? Ron, you raise your hand. Don't be shy. You guys never been shy before. Go ahead, Ron.
We were afraid of getting hacked.
Yeah.
Well, I just like to make one comment. The fact that it's obvious that we had a lot of diverse opinions, probably on some things we'll never, ever agree on. But I'd like to thank the commission that we did it, although sometimes contentiously, we did it respectfully. We had to agree to disagree. And that I very much appreciate. And I really attribute a lot of that to George's chairmanship on how he handled the meetings. So I would like to thank you on that. And hopefully you don't disagree with me.
Thank you. Others?
Ron said pretty much everything the way I would have said it better. I, after living in the county for 3 decades, thought I knew a lot about this county. Service on a commission like this only enhances one's knowledge, and I appreciate the back and forth, even though, as Ron indicated, we don't always agree and may never agree. I do think that that doesn't mean I didn't learn from some of the differing opinions that were expressed throughout the meetings, and I appreciate serving with all of you. And I say that in full candor, and also as a heads up that I may need to leave. I need to leave at about 8:30, so that'll also be my goodbye to each and every one of you, assuming we don't continue to meet. But thank you.
Thank you, Dave. Well, let me share with you my thinking. I really appreciate everyone's contributions and diligence, even when we disagreed, as was noted. Even when we did disagree, it was with respect for the other's point of view. I always benefited from hearing the other side. We have explored many issues and have had healthy debates, to say the least. Thank you for the tolerance you've shown me as chair, considering how it's been difficult sometimes to corral those points of view, but you've been very tolerant towards me, and I really appreciate it. And it's been a very interesting and a good several years. I really enjoyed the time we've had together. Thank you.
George, one additional thing I'd like to say, if I could. The staff has been remarkable in support of this commission, and your professionalism, your thoroughness is to be commended. And George, if you can, I'm sure you probably would anyway when you appear before the council, but if you could represent that view, I'm sure I'm not the only one that feels that way, and make sure that the staff gets, the staff that has supported us for 4 years gets the kudos there that are well deserved. I would appreciate it.
I surely will. I mentioned it just briefly in the cover letter to the report, but I surely will mention that to the council as well. Thank you for saying that, David. Absolutely. I couldn't agree with you more. I think I saw Galena first. Galena, then Susan. Did I see Galena's hand?
No,
No, I'm not
I
gonna
just said that, yeah, I joined that opinion about stuff. Yes, I very much agree. And thank you, David, to point in that.
Susan.
I echo everybody's sentiments who spoke previously, and I just want to say that, you know, the state of the country being so contentious and divided, I'm so proud that our commission functioned the way that it did, respectfully, and you know, I think we're a model for the rest of the country. I really wish that people could more peacefully express their opinions and respect others' opinions, and I think the country would be much better off if we did that way. And I think you know, being part of this commission, I'm tapping myself on the show too, but I don't mean to do that in saying that at everybody, including George, his leadership, just really had respect for other people's opinions and listened, and we did differ at times, but I think we did so in a very professional way, and I've enjoyed my participation and feel enriched because it. So thanks,
Great.
everybody.
Thanks, Susan.
I just said, if I may, George, I agree with Susan that words I was looking, it could be example, this collegial way that we have in our team. This collegial way, it could be for whole country, as Susan, I completely agree. But yeah, people could have different opinion, but to work professionally, collegially, that brings some results, positive results.
Perry's hands up, George.
What? Whose hand?
Perry.
Perry. Where, Perry? I don't see you on the screen. Where's it, Perry? Oh, Perry, your picture is off the screen for some reason, but I do see the hand in the corner. I apologize, Perry. Perry.
Hey, good morning, everyone. Hey, George, first I want to congratulate you. I mean, look, we had a lot of turnover. We have diverse opinions. We have a very, very vocal group, and you have us all together through this and the pandemic. So I just wanted to congratulate you on your leadership. And really, I just appreciated the input from everyone. And like we've all said, we had diverse point of views, but we were able to come together. And actually, my time on the Charter Review Commission exposed me to so much of Montgomery County and really was the catalyst and impetus for me running for public office. And so I just want to thank everyone for the opportunity to serve with you. And I'm proud of the work that we did on the commission. So thank you very much.
I'm glad it was the catalyst for you, speaking personally. In the remarks I spoke earlier, I left to the end to punctuate my feelings about staff. David stole them from me, and I'm glad he did. I learned so much from Christine and Ed, particularly from the legal side of the house. By no means am I a know-it-all as an attorney, and Christine and Ed shared so much of their knowledge with me and with the commission, and where I am so much the better for it, we're so much the better for it, and they've guided us along the way and avoided some pitfalls for sure, as far as the issues we wanted to take up and the issues we did take up. And I thank you, Christine and Ed, and I really appreciate all the support that Marie has given us all over these many years, and Stephen as he joined us as well. And I thank you guys for all the support you've given us, and I will take the cue from Dave for sure in making sure the council is aware of that when we appear before them. So thank you guys for all your remarks as we look back. Now, as the agenda says, it's time to look forward. We talked about this a couple of meetings ago as to whether we want to, after the summer recess, whether to meet in the fall to tee up issues for the next commission to study. We don't have to by any means. At that time, Larry, having been on the commission before, advised us that they didn't do so last time after sending the report last time. And as you know, we started fresh, not having anything given over to us. The next commission will have obviously our 2 reports, which speaks to issues that we considered and didn't take up. And then the next commission will have obviously our 2 reports, which speaks to issues that we considered and didn't take up. And then So by no means am I saying we need to reconvene in the fall. And we did touch upon this. We dipped our toe in the water a couple of meetings ago, whether we wanted to or not. And so I throw this out to you, whether or not you want to meet in the fall, what's your pleasure? I throw it out to you now. Kathy?
You know, it's hard to see what the future is going to bring, but perhaps we ought to just keep our options open, leave it on the agenda, and then we can determine when we get there if we want to continue to meet.
Well, you're suggesting we send out a meeting notice for whatever this, the second Wednesday in September is September 14th. You're suggesting we send it out and then decide, or are you suggesting, how do you suggest we play it for September?
I suggest we go ahead and put it on the calendar and meet. And then if we have issues by that time, we can bring them up. And if not, we don't.
I was thinking we'd make a decision today, but I hear you. What do the others feel? How do the others feel? Anita?
I think we should maybe plan to meet. I'd be up for meeting September 14th to see what's ahead.
Well, again, the purpose would be to tee up issues for the next commission. Our term ends in December.
Correct, yes. So meet to tee up the issues. I think it would be good for the incoming to have that. It'd be valuable for them.
Thank you. Others?
I was gonna go with the, I'm sorry, I was gonna go with the will of the group, George. I can agree with either. I kind of agree, I was gonna say I agree with Kathy, but I also see Anita's point, so whichever way that goes. I think we should at least keep our options open, if not plan to meet. Especially after the primary. I mean, who knows what we're gonna see over the summer, you know, just to do an evaluation of the state of the county and issues that may come up. I think it probably makes sense. Now I'm gonna shift to where Anita was and plan to meet.
Susan?
I agree with David, and that we may just decide where we don't have thoughts right now of what we would like to see discussed in the next session, and at least, you know, that this will give us time to see if there are issues, the new issues that arise that are important to bring up. So also is thought as.
Remember now, I hear you guys and Susan about new issues, but don't forget, we're not gonna be deciding any issues in the fall. This is just the idea of teeing up issues. The next commission is going to make any decisions on issues they want to discuss, issues to decide, issues to take to hearings and so on.
Understood.
So I want to make that clear. When I talked about teeing up is to suggest issues they may want to discuss based upon things we had considered preliminarily. When you talk about issues that may be considered based upon what happens in the primaries or might come up over the summer, you know, I'm just a little uncertain in my own mind as to what you see throwing to the new commission. I mean, I don't want to take on more of an importance as an outgoing body than we deserve. At least that's my reluctance. I'm not against meeting, by the way, if that's what the body wants to do. I'm just, as far as what issues we throw to them, I don't again want to take on more of an importance than we should as an outgoing body.
Understood that they'll be able to decide where those issues are important to them, or they have other issues like, or the council brings additional issues.
And the council might, it's very possible. Larry, was this discussed as you guys were an outgoing body 4 years ago?
Yes, because at that time, we felt that the prior CRC started from like ground zero and lost a lot of time just trying to get up to speed on issues. And we felt that it was important. And I think that, his name escapes me now, George, you will remember, he met with you, the other chair from the prior commission. Didn't he meet with you and talk a little bit?
Yeah,
About
we
the-
met after I was appointed.
Right, and so, I think that certainly you should,
Yeah, and Paul.
yeah, Paul, yeah. So I think that probably, so it'd be, certainly we should try to help the other commission because they'll start out as neophytes as we all did. And try to, encourage a detailed look at the charter to see what helps it to be a better document for the citizens. I mean, and I just think we should tentatively schedule a meeting for September, as Kathy said, and then, we can, it might just be a Zoom meeting. It might be just like this, but who knows? But I think it's worthwhile just to meet again, or at least schedule a meeting. And we may decide that, well, listen, nothing's come up. But let's see how the council reacts to what we gave them now too, because we don't know how they're going to react to having a, let's say, the residency requirement and things like this. Have you had any feedback from that, George, about the report that you?
No, I would turn over to Christine. Has there been any feedback since we sent the report over on the 29th?
I haven't heard any feedback at this point.
And I haven't either, Larry.
So anyway, I just think it's good to have a tentative one scheduled, and certainly you should, not to prolong your agony, George, but maybe you should continue to meet,
No
continue to
agony.
meet with, for the scheduled meeting with the new chair, just to kind of brief about how things went and things like that. I think that would be useful at least.
Yeah, the new chair, the new commission won't be appointed until next spring.
Right.
Late winter or early spring, as we were. I reached out to my predecessor to provide for some continuity. All right, if the consensus is we should meet on September 14th, then we'll do that, okay? And that's fine. At that time, we'll decide based upon the feedback from the county council when we meet with them on this report and anything else that's in the atmosphere politically, whether we move forward with teeing up anything, we'll put that same item on the agenda for September 14th, and we'll see where we go from there. We'll either continue to meet after September for 2 months or so, or not. Okay, so we'll see what the feeling is and the thinking is at that time in September. So I thank you for that feedback. That's good feedback. Like I say, we'll have a better sense from what the council is. The council itself may tell us when we meet on this report of some thinkings they have, thoughts they have as far as new issues for the next commission as well, that we can package for them. So thank you. Okay, if that's the consensus thinking, I'm not hearing any dissents. We will plan to meet on September 14th, and some early September, expect to get a notice from Stephen or Christine that we'll be meeting on September 14th, virtually or in person. I would love to see you guys in person. I'm lonely here. I love the staff, but I'd like to see you guys as well in person. It's been a long, long time, and hopefully.
Larry, bring donuts.
Hell with donuts. Just the warmth. Hopefully COVID may be better. I hope, I really hope. And we can meet in person. I know it's very easy to sit at home at 8 o'clock in the morning. I don't blame you at all, but I'd love to see you guys in person. All right. With that, do I hear a motion to adjourn? A motion from Larry, seconded by Susan. All those in favor, say aye.
Aye.
All right, the motion carries. We are adjourned.
Thank
Have
you.
a
Thank you,
great summer,
guys.
everybody.
Have a
and don't
great
answer any of
time.
my
Have a great
emails.
summer.
Stay safe, everyone.
Good
Stay
summer.
safe.